1 mark.
5 minutes. Green flag on the course.
That's your 5-minute gun. Now it's time to go boat racing. Here's who will be racing in Heat 2A, presented for Seafair by Anheuser-Busch. Seafair thanks HomeStreet Bank, proud sponsor of the HomeStreet Bank Cup. The start of Heat 2A is just a few minutes away. Seafair reminds you that for your safety and the safety of the ones around you, everyone must be out of the water. Here's the hydros on the Ted Jones race course. Now it's time to get out of the water and enjoy the world's fastest race boats. Heat 2A, presented for Seafair by Anheuser-Busch.
Thank you very much, Kay Brewer. It's Heat 2A, as you said, presented by Anheuser-Busch. Nate Brown, you have been here before when you wake up race day morning and you find you've drawn all the hot dogs together.
That's okay. You're driving across the bridge where I used to live. I drive across that floating bridge and look out at the race course and go, wow, this is really cool. And look at these guys right now. This start game has already started. These guys are already trying to figure out where the other guys are, what move they can make. See, Andrew just cut the course, and Jimmy's going around the course. So they're trying to separate themselves. You don't want to be next to the other boat. So Jimmy's doing his own deal. Andrew's doing his own deal. Corey's doing his own deal right now. And so is J. Michael Kelly.
JMK at the top of the course. I thought it was interesting. They went up the backstretch, and Andrew Tate cut the course from the back to the front, came down, cut it again, just as he was doing in the test session. He was running that big circle out there. So looking at the clock, Nate, we're 3 minutes and 5 seconds away from the start. If you're going to win a heat with this kind of competition, it's going to require an inside lane. Now look at this. Here comes Jimmy Shane across the race course. The exact same thing that Tate did to him the last time around. And now Jimmy Shane has got himself inside Andrew Tate. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, but watch this. Andrew Tate's going to go behind him probably and cut the course again. There's plenty of time to do that. Let's see if he does it. And he is not going to do it. He's going to sneak up alongside.
Yeah, a lot of games still to be played, because you said those guys don't want to be close together. Well, now they're tied together, and they're coming right up on J. Michael Kelly at 2:30. 2:30 to the start. Now we'll see how they line up coming up the backstretch there. I believe JMK will sit in 1. And look how close. Oh, we're looking at a monitor here. I'm not sure they didn't touch. And what it looks like is happening, it looks like Tate is trying to pin Jimmy up against J. Michael Kelly and not give him a lane, and now look what's happened to you. It's exactly what happened. He was trying to pin him and not let Jimmy Shane come up between boats. That got close. You may have to run down there and see if we got a little paint that got swapped on that one, Nate.
Yeah, I don't know about paint, but right now that lane looked like it was taken away. From our vantage point, from my vantage point, that should have been an infraction, but whether or not it is or not, it'll be the official's call.
So coming off the top end of the race course now with 1:43 until the start. The boat that I think that was clean and all that would have been the U-12, the Graham Trucking presents Beacon Plumbing, and they're coming down with 1:30. I would expect nobody's going to cut the course now, because it's going to take them 1:30 to get all the way around this course and come back to start-finish line. So I think the lanes they're sitting in now are the ones that are going to stand. It is J. Michael Kelly sitting in lane 1. It is Andrew Tate sitting in 2. I'm going to assume Jimmy Shane will come up and assume lane number 3 with Corey Peabody on the outside. Timing marks critical. 1:10 at the entrance pin to this corner. That should be okay from a timing standpoint. Kelly in 1, Tate in 2, Shane in 3, Peabody on the outside, Nate 57 seconds.
They all made it. Good score up. Now they got to sit there and time their mark to get a fly-in start. Jimmy Shane's holding back a little bit just to get his marks correct, because the only way he can compete on this thing now is to have a fly-in start in lane 3. Those two boats inside of him are fast, and he's got to be that much faster in lane 3.
40 seconds until the start. Remember, fans, we go 3 times around this 2-mile Ted Jones race course. Come later this afternoon in the winner-take-all final, we'll go 5 times around. But right now it's 3, and we're inside 30 seconds. The boats are holding those lanes. Kelly in 1, Tate in 2, Shane is in 3, and on the outside, Corey Peabody. Now top end of the race course. It's about a 9-second run off the exit pin of that buoy down to start-finish line. They are a little. We're at 13-12, and they are coming off the corner. They will fan out. Now it's all about that timing mark. We are 6 and 5. 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. It is a good start. And oh, did Jimmy Shane bring a lot of boat speed from lane 3, just exactly like you talked about, Nate. He's got a lot of boat speed, but he's on the outside. Shane has got the lead coming off the corner. Then is Kelly on the inside. Between boats is Andrew Tate in the Delta Reel Track. Delta Reel Track, Andrew Tate is running down a hallway, Nate.
There's paybacks are always what they call a bummer, because right now he's got overlap on Tate, and I guarantee you he is taking that lane, this corner. He's not going to come down on JMK, but he's going to come down on Tate.
Holy cow, is Jimmy Shane showing an awful lot of boat speed. He brought a ton of it to the start-finish line at the beginning of the heat, and there he starts to tighten it up on Andrew, just exactly what you said, Nate. I think the lane is still there, but right now it doesn't make any difference. Jimmy Shane is running away and hiding. He's got a rooster tail and maybe a half on JMK in second place. Tate is about a half to 3/4 of a rooster tail behind JMK, and he's going to have to run a pretty wide race course to get around Mike, but that's what he's going to try and do. Off the corner, Jimmy Shane is flying, Nate.
He's got a rocket on his hands right now. I know he's out there going, you know what? They put me in lane 3. I'm going to show them I can win from lane 3. So right now he's getting in their head again.
Yeah, this is what we had talked about earlier today. You want to talk about sending a message. Holy smoke, is he sending one now? I've got it, and I've got it on the outside, and I drove around all of you. Here we come off the top end of the race course. Jimmy Shane's going to come down in the U6, Miss HomeStreet. He looks to his right, looks to his left. He sees a white flag. That means one more lap to go. Fly in the boat, but his radio guys are telling him now, just find some clean water and bring it home sunny side up, because you got everybody covered. Second place, J. Michael Kelly, and he has opened up a little bit of water on Andrew. That's going to be a tall order for Andrew, run away on the outside, Nate.
Still a great race, though. You look at the spacing between these boats, between second and third, and if the lane position was switched the other way around, Andrew would be in front of JMK. And Corey Peabody, I'm really impressed with that team. These guys are on the same lap. He's running his own program. He's keeping it together, making a start, making a finish. At the same time, Jimmy Kane's rocketing through that corner, coming down for a checkered flag.
And I don't think Tate's going to have enough real estate, but he's closed up a little bit on JMK. Meanwhile, here comes our leader. Checkered flag flies. Jimmy Shane in the HomeStreet Bank, the Miss HomeStreet.
White flag.
That looked checkered.
That was a checkered flag.
To me. He comes out way wide for a photo opportunity now. Here comes J. Michael Kelly. He had to keep the hammer down, make sure he kept Tate in the right side rear view mirror, which he did. Second place to the Graham Trucking presents Beacon Plumbing. The third place boat, the Delta Reel Track U1, Andrew Tate, our winner. Apparent winner on the water, unofficial until they go through tech inspection. The U1, the Miss HomeStreet, Jimmy Shane out of Maple Valley, Washington. And here comes Corey Peabody, the young man out of Kent, driving the U98 Graham Trucking. He will come home in fourth place. Nate, 4 started, 4 finished.
That's awesome, and you know where I'm going to go right now before I forget.
You're going to go to the far end of the pit area and intercept one Jimmy Shane. I got to think you'll be pretty happy. And Nate, make sure you ask him. I'm sure Nate will talk to him about that little, it really looked like they bumped coming up the backstretch. There was some shenanigans going on between those two, but that's how stiff the competition is going to be this weekend, and there is a lot more racing to come. A good one indeed, and we'll catch our breath.
That was a close race. That was a lot of fun to watch the J. Michael Kelly and Tate battle it out. But Jimmy Shane has already started this weekend with fastest qualifier, correct?
He did.
Fastest qualifier. He won his Heat 1B yesterday. Just won Heat 2A today. And I believe it was at Madison he had a perfect weekend. So we're hoping that he's on the roll for that. JMK won last weekend at Tri-City, so they're both going to be battling it out, trying to get the top podium finish for this weekend. So it's going to be fun to watch these guys battle out the rest of the weekend, but we have another great race coming up in Heat 2B. I'm excited to see the J&D's presents Diamond Tools out there with the CarStar presents KISW Rock. That's going to be a fun race to watch these two. And watch Nate try and run down the pits trying to catch Jimmy Shane. It's pretty funny.
Nate's going to get it done, and he's going to get down there. It's quite interesting, Nate. I know you're listening as you're jogging down there, but the U1 Delta Reel Track and the U6 Miss HomeStreet, they aren't pitted right next door to each other. The Oberto is between them. They will come in at separate docks, but there was some shenanigans going on during the 1 minute period. We've got a monitor up here today, and from my vantage point, it looked like It looked like those two boats kissed.
4, 3, 2, 1. Mark.
Well, we're going to find out in a minute, guys.
Just had to count down there to 5 minutes to the 5-minute gun. We're looking at the monitor.